Alright. So, magandang araw, magandang gabi. So, before we proceed with our discussion for today, since wala namang nanghingi sa akin ng special quiz on Monday, so I will be discussing your quiz for today. So, para na rin makabawi yung ilan. So, okay. By the way, before we discuss your quiz, ang exam natin is October 23 or 23 and 24. So, depende na lang sa schedule kung saan tayo magpo-fall under this schedule. So, today meron tayong panibagong topic which is the work and energy equation. So, you will be having your second quiz for this period on October 17 on our time. And then your CFE will be between October 31, November 3, and then November 4. So, either of the three schedules, nakadepende na lang doon sa bibigay na schedule. Yung exam ninyo will be in multiple choice, 60 problems. Your CFE will be 75 problems from the PEN or the Philippine Education Network. So, magiging PEN-wide yung inyong exam, hindi kami yung gagawa, yung inyong CFE. Yung exam lang ang manggagaling sa amin. Okay? So, para ma-review ng konti, sasagutan natin tong inyong exam. Let's start with our question number 1. So, for this question number 1, ang topic natin dito is the relative motion of two particles. Okay? Relative motion of two particles in translating axis. Ibaba lang natin ito ng konti. Masyadong makapal. So, sagutin natin yung number 1. We can use vector form or we can use yung mga components. So, isulat na lang siguro natin in terms of the vector form para mas madali. Okay? So, ang hinahanap dito is determine the magnitude of the velocity of car B. So, velocity of car B with respect to A. So, ito yung hinahanap natin. Therefore, our equation should be BB is equal to BA plus BB over A. So, here meron tayong dalawang kotse. May panggulo na 45 degrees. Wala naman actually kaso yan because these two are moving on a rectilinear motion. So, if we have an axis here na yung iyong I and our J axis, this is I and this is J axis. These are our axis for this motion. Okay? Pwede nating isulat yan directly. This is moving on our J axis. This is directly moving on our I axis. So, BB is equivalent to 100I plus, syempre, wala tayong component dito ng J. Okay? Kasi horizontal lang yung kanyang motion. Okay. Our BA naman is 0 yung kanyang component on the I axis plus you have your 80J. And that is plus BB over BA. Okay? So, we can simplify this. 100I is equal to 80J. That is equal to, that should be plus BB over A. Okay, or the velocity of B with respect to A. By transposition, we can rewrite this as the velocity in terms of velocity of B with respect to A is equivalent to 100I plus 80J. So, if we want to determine the magnitude, this is the equation, okay, in vector form. So, if we want to determine the magnitude, that is the SRSS of these two, or the sum of the squares of the two. So, you have 100 squared plus 80 squared, or our velocity of B with respect to A is equivalent to, I made a minor mistake. So, this should be negative by transposition. So, i-rewrite natin to. Hindi ko napansin. It should be negative 80. Okay, it should be negative 80 squared. So, the square root of 100 squared plus negative 80 squared is 128. 0.062. And the unit is kilometer per hour. Now, as for the direction theta, number 2, but determine the direction, that would be the arctangent negative 1 of our J component over our I component. So, our J component is negative 80 and our I component is 100. Therefore, this is arctangent ng negative 80 over 100. This would be negative 38 degrees, 38.66 degrees. So this is your direction. So the velocity of B with respect to A is 128.062 and the direction is negative 38 degrees 0.66. Okay, so the second problem is almost similar with the first one. So for the second problem number 2, okay, so meron naman tayo dito, the scenario is this, two planes A and B are traveling in a constant velocities shown. So yung ating plane A is may velocity na 650 km per hour, while plane B naman is 800 km per hour. So si plane B is on the direction 60 degrees from the horizontal. Now the question here is to determine the magnitude of the velocity of B relative to plane A. Okay, BB over A. So our equation now is BB, and that is equal to BA plus BB over A. Okay, so we have the value. Again, meron tayong axis dito. So unahin natin si BB. What are the components of BB? So the I component, sorry, is 800 cosine 60, and this is our I component. Okay, our vertical component J is 800 sine 60, and this is our J component. Ito yan. Okay, ito yung kanyang vertical component. Ito yung kanyang horizontal component. Okay, now as for the direction, i-observe natin maigi. The motion is opposite the direction of our positive J and our positive I. So therefore, we have to correct this. Okay, this should be minus, and this should also be negative. Okay, negative sila pareho. Okay, so susundin natin yung direction. And that would be equal to the components of our plane A. So, unahin natin yung I. 650 I. Mamaya na yung unit kasi consistent naman tayo sa unit. Kahit idagdag na lang natin later on. While the vertical component of motion ng ating plane A is 0 plus yung ating hinahanap na BB over A. So, BB over A now, by transposition, is 650I. And then, pag ito inilipat ko, magiging positive. Pagsamahin na natin yung may mga I component. Okay, so 650 plus 800 cosine 60. And this is our I component. Pag ito transpose ko, this would be positive 800 sine 60. Okay. So we have an error with the transposition. This should be negative. Okay. So you multiply natin both side by negative. This is BB over A now. That is equivalent to negative 650 minus 800 cosine 60 I. Okay. Plus 800 60 sine negative. Okay? So, sa transposition, na hindi ko napansin na ito pala ito yung transpose ko on the other side. So, your BB over A now, we can further simplify this. So, our BB over A now is negative 650 minus 800 cosine 60. This is negative 1050 I minus 800 sine 60. We have 692.820, 692.820, and this is our J. If we want again to determine the magnitude, that would be the SRSS, or the sum of the squares. Okay, so you have negative 1050 squared plus negative 692.820 squared. Your BB over A now would be square root ng negative 1050 squared plus negative 692.820 squared. So that is around 1,257.97 kilometer per hour, kph, kilometer per hour. Okay, So this is the magnitude of the velocity of V as observed by A. So okay. So ang gagawin naman natin ngayon is to determine the direction. Our theta is arctangent negative 1 ng ating jth component, negative 692.820 divided by our I component, negative 1050. Okay? And this is 692.820 divided by 1050, negative this cancelled. So this will be 33.418 degrees. So this is our direction. So ganun lang kasimple actually yung ating first two question. So pagka lang namali kayo sa pagsusulat ng equation dito, tsaka kayo mamamali. Pero paulit-ulit lang or magkamukha lang. Now, let's proceed with this one. So, copy lang natin to. Duplicate natin. Nakalak pa lang. Ayun na. Duplicate. Ayan. Dito ko ilalagay kasi sasagutin naman natin yung number 5 and 6. So, ilalaki lang ni sir na konti para din ayos nating madrawingan. Okay. Now, puntahan natin itong problem number 5. I-drawing muna natin yung forces under this car. So, sabi dito sa problem number 5, determine the maximum speed that the jeep can travel over the crest of the hill and not lose contact with the road. So, pinakomplikado lang actually yung tanong. Pinahirap lang yung English. But, still, ang sabi lang dito, kung hindi naaalis yung contact, therefore, laging may applied weight. Okay? Merong weight yung ating car. So, this is weight, W. At kung ito ay nagta-travel on a circular path, sabi natin sa ating curvilinear motion, pahapyawan na rin natin. Okay. So, kung meron ka for example, na curve. So, circle na lang siguro para mas simple yung ating discussion. So, normally naman circle yung nakikita natin sa mga problem. Uy, bakit may type here? Type. Okay. Now, if our object is traveling on the circular path, for example, ito, tas andito yung kanyang radius or any curve, not just circular path but in any curve, meron tayong dalawang acceleration na nangyayari. The first one is acceleration due to tangential and the other one naman is our normal acceleration. So, our normal acceleration is always directed dun sa concavity, kung saan naka-concave or laging papunta dito sa ating center. Okay, sa center O. Okay, now the distance from the perimeter is yung tinatawag nating rho or the radius of curvature. So, per circle, our rho is equivalent to R. But if some other curves, may formula tayo for the radius of curvature. Okay? So, in this case, circle lang naman kadalasan. Pero, just in case, kabisaduhin nyo na lang din. I-try nating balikan dito. I think ito. Para mabalikan rin natin yung mga formula habang gagamitin kasi natin to sa marami pang scenario. Okay? So, puntahan natin yung curvilinear, this one. Okay, so ito. Under the curvilinear motion kasi, hinahati natin. Okay? Yung ating yung ang motion ng particle or dinidescribe natin into two components. Yung tinatawag nating tangential at yung tinatawag nating normal. Yung ating velocity, the given velocity is always that is tangential to the path or our tangential velocity. Wala tayong normal velocity pagdating sa curvilinear motion. Okay? Now, dito, ito yung tinatawag nating rho. Right? So, si rho ay may value and this is the formula for rho. Medyo mahaba kasi. This is 1 plus the first derivative of your curve squared multiplied yung buong quantity into 3 halves divided by the second derivative, the absolute of the second derivative, the absolute value. Tawag natin dyan, that is the radius of curvature. Now, similar, this is very similar doon sa ginagawa natin kanina sa relative motions na hinahati sa component. Dito nga lang, ang nangyayari, in terms of, instead of I and J, ang ginagawa natin are tangential and normal. Yung U na yan, those are just unit indicating kung anong type sila ng motion. For example, acceleration, and then meron kang unit T dito. Unit sub T, ibig sabihin that is an acceleration tangential. Okay? Basically, these are just units indicating kung ano yung direction ng motion. Okay? Now, our tangential velocity is just the first derivative of the velocity. First derivative, or ito yung laging ibinibigay na problem na kapag sinabi ng problem that the velocity changes at a rate, okay, or something. Ang ibig sabihin nun, at a rate of, for example, ng 2 meters per second squared, that is your tangential velocity. Tangential acceleration, sorry. Now, ang keyword lang lagi dito, or ang lagi lang natin tatandaan is that tangential acceleration of your particle is or affects the velocity. Kapag ka hindi sinabi ng problem na naapektuhan yung velocity or minention, that is not your tangential acceleration. Minsan kasi malilito ka. Ang sinabi pala ay magnitude of acceleration. Okay? Na pag sinabi namang magnitude of acceleration, that is A, and that is equal to AT squared plus AN squared. Refresher na lang naman tayo. Ano yung AN? That is our normal acceleration. And most of the time, hindi ito binibigay ng problem because we have a formula for this. AN is equal to B squared over rho. The velocity, which is the tangential velocity rin, divided by the radius of curvature. Okay? Now, again, ito naman is kadalasan na binibigay ng problem. Pag sinabi ng problem, the velocity changes at a rate of 2 meters per second squared. Okay, that is a tangential acceleration. But pag sinabi ng problem that the magnitude of the acceleration is ganito, ito yung tinutukoy niya. This is the magnitude. Okay, that is the difference between the two. So, dito kasi meron tayong sample problem dito noon. Balikan nyo na lang din siguro kasi hindi natin pwedeng ubusin yung oras for the topic that we have already been discussed. Okay, so puntahan na natin ito. Now, na-discuss na natin yung curvilinear. I-apply natin yung curvilinear. The only difference between statics and dynamics is that the summation forces, okay, summation forces on statics is equal to 0. While pagdating natin sa ating dynamics, the summation forces is equal to ma, mass multiplied by the acceleration. Okay, provided that the direction of this is similar. Ibig sabihin natin, pag merong net force na nagtutulak, magkakaroon tayo ng acceleration. Okay? Now, in this case, meron kang weight dito na pababa. The direction of weight is always downward or normal. Laging pababa doon sa ating vertical. Okay? Laging pababa, vertically downward. Alright. Now, dito, nagta-travel siya. As you can see here, nagta-travel siya. Ayaw gumana ng pen ko. Nagta-travel siya on a circular path na meron daw radius of curvature na 250 feet. Now, if this is traveling on a circular path, therefore, meron kang dalawang acceleration dito. Okay? Meron kang nangyayaring, ay, ang laki. Ang box naman nun. Palitan natin ito. Meron kang nangyayari dito na, ipisan ko nga rin dito guys, sorry. Sensya na OOCD ako dito sa isa. Again, the weight is downward. Okay. Now, balikan natin ang acceleration. Meron ditong tangential acceleration. Yung tangential acceleration is always perpendicular to the radius of curvature. Ito ay radius of curvature din at ito ay radius of curvature din. Okay? Meron ka naman dito ngayong normal acceleration. Now, if you take summation forces vertical, that should be equal to MA. Okay? Your forces vertical is W. W lang yung force natin vertical. And that is equal to M, the mass of the object, multiplied to the acceleration on that direction. In this case, AN. Okay? From your statics, W is equal to mg. And this is equal to MAN. Okay? Now, M should be cancelled. G is 32.2. Bakit 32.2, sir? This is the acceleration due to gravity in English units. This is 32.2 feet per second squared and that is equal to AN. Again, the value of AN is equal to B squared over rho. Okay? Ang hinahanap sa atin dito is the velocity, the speed, the maximum velocity. And this is V squared over rho. So your 32.2 feet per second squared now would be V squared, the unknown, divided by 250 feet. Okay? So your V squared should be equivalent to, pag tinranspose ko doon, papaloob natin, 32.2 feet per second squared multiplied by 250 feet. Okay, may squared pa. Ipasok sa square root both sides. Your velocity now should be around square root of 32.2 times 250, 89.722 feet per seconds. Okay, this is now your answer, supposedly. Now, as for the second one, ang sabi naman dito sa situation number 3, if a 10 kilogram ball has a velocity of 3 meters per second squared when it is at position A, along the vertical path, determine number A, number 6, the tension in the cord, and then number 7 is the increase in the speed of the ball at this position. The increase in speed, that means the acceleration. Okay? And ang sabi, increase in speed. Okay? Increase in velocity. If we say increase in velocity, ang hinahanap pala sa akin sa pangalawa is the tangential kasi increase in velocity or increase in speed. Hindi naman sinabing the velocity or the magnitude of acceleration. Okay? Now, ito ang hinahanap sa atin ay tension. So, meron tension dito sa cable tayo. Okay? Alright. Now, drawing natin yung forces. Okay, so dito, meron tayong bola na pinaiikot-ikot dito. Okay, now, how do we do this? So, i-drawing mo muna kung saan nakalocate or saan nakadirect yung mga forces such as the weight. So, yung weight natin, sabi natin, always pababa yan. This is your double U. Okay? Now, drawing naman natin yung mga components of acceleration. Nandito yung tinatawag nating AT. At andito naman yung ating AN. Okay? Now, unahin muna natin yung unang tanong which is the tension on the cable. Okay? So, kung i-draw mo to, pagka din-drawing natin, nari, ito yung bola. Okay? Andito yung tension. Andito yung tension T. Ito yung ating AT. Andito rin yung ating AN. And then, meron kang weight dito. Andito yung weight W na yon pag in-rotate natin yung axis. At an angle, same yan dito, 45 degrees. Kasi perpendicular yan to this. Okay? Pareho lang yan dito. Okay. Now, 45 degrees, therefore, kung magte-take ka ng summation forces vertical, and that should be equal to AMA. So, summation forces vertical, you have T. Okay? T. And then you have here, minus sign, W. Sorry. T. Minus, yung force, yung vertical component ng force na to, ito kasing weight na to, magkakaroon niya ng vertical component dito at saka horizontal component. So, kung titingnan mo, nandito yon. Isa dito, yung kanyang horizontal component at nandito naman yung kanyang vertical component. Okay? So, dalawa. Okay? Ito yung kanyang W normal. Ito na ngayon yung kanyang W tangential. So, dito, ito yan. This is your W tangential. This is your W. This is your W normal, sorry. This is your W tangential. Baliktad si sir. Okay? So, yan. Ganyan yung nagiging itsura. Now, if we try to determine the summation forces vertical is equal to MA, our tension minus WN is equal to M multiplied by A. Ano yung acceleration on the vertical? That is AN. Okay? So, hinahanap natin yung T. Our W is mg. And sabi natin, on the nth axis, that is if this is 45 degrees, therefore, the vertical component would be sine 45 degrees, and that is equal to MAN. Okay. Now, T is equivalent. Ano yung M natin? You have, should be minus 10 kilograms. Our G is 9.81 meters per second squared. Ang makukuha natin dito ay Newton. Okay. And then, sine 45 degrees. And that is equal to 10, our mass, multiplied by AN. Again, our AN is equal to V squared over rho. Ayun yung rho natin, 2 meters. So, we have V squared over rho. Okay? I-substitute na natin. Okay, what are the value of B? So, our B is 3 meters per second. I-square natin yan. At i-divide natin sa radius of curvature na 2 meters. Okay, lahat naman ay naka-base units. So, we're good to go. Our T now is equivalent. Isulat na lang din natin. Huwag na muna tayo mag-transpose. Huwag nang i-shortcut. So, you have 10 times 9.81 sine 45. We have 69.367 newtons. And this is 10 times 3 squared over 2. We have 45. Therefore, the tension on the cable is, pag tinranspose ko to, magiging positive. So, 45 plus 69.367, we have 114.367 newtons. This is now our answer for the first question. Ngayon, ang tanong naman sa atin dun sa pangalawa is, what is the tangential acceleration? Baba ko lang ng konti. Yan. Okay? The question is, what is the tangential acceleration? Now, kung nakapag-summation forces vertical ka na, to determine the tangential acceleration, ang kailangan naman natin gawin is summation forces horizontal. Okay? Kung babalikan natin yung ating figure here, okay? Andito yung ating AT. So, gawin natin yung summation forces horizontal. Summation forces horizontal. And that is equal to MA tangential. Okay? Kasi yun yung acceleration natin on the horizontal side. So, our force here is just WT. So, WT lang. WT is equal to MAT. Ano yung value ng WT? That should be mg cosine 45 degrees from our figure. Okay? So, this is, okay? 45 degrees, yung adjacent niya is yung ating tangential axis. Therefore, we have cosine 45. Now, that is equivalent to MAT. Okay? Alam natin si M, pero kaya naman nating tanggalin. Okay? Pwede naman nating alisin. So, your G is 9.81 meters per second squared multiplied to cosine 45, and that is your tangential acceleration. Your AT now should be 9.81 cosine 45 degrees, or roughly around 6.937 meters per second squared. Okay, this is your answer for number 7. And these are the answers for your quiz last time. Okay, so kailangan kasi natin ng matinding analysis, or magsisimula tayo lagi sa pag-determine ng forces. Lagi nga sabi sa inyo sa statics, drawing mo yung FBD. Kung hindi mo maito-drawing yung FBD, hindi mo mabivisualize yung forces. Okay? So, mahirap na ini-imagine mo lang, and walang mangyayari doon hanggang imagination ka lang. So, isulat mo sa papel kung ano yung itsura ng forces, and then determine mo yung the value ng forces. Okay? That is a technique na dapat is na ituturo na on this level pa lang, or on your second year level. Statics and physics, and this one is depo. Okay? So, depo and dynamics. Kasi pagdating dito, that is mostly application na lang ng mga formula on why the body is moving. Okay? Sa statics kasi, nandyan lahat ng forces because the body is not moving. In this case, the body is moving. So, ang gagawin na lang natin dapat dito is i-modify yung mga knowledge natin sa statics na pagagalawin na natin yung object. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung ating quiz. Meron akong 1 hour discussion. Mag-go overtime. Wala pa naman kuryente. So, that would be all If you have any questions, we have a quiz on, meron tayong quiz on 17. Okay, so we have a quiz next week, our last and final quiz for this semester. And I hope na araling maigi pa yung mga topic, especially yung susunod na topic. Okay, those are very important topics. And then, yung exam ninyo is on 23 or 24, either one of the two. So, wala pang final schedule. CFE, again, manggagaling sa PEN or the PhilMed Education Network. PEN-wide yung ating CFE, hindi po kami yung gagawa. And that would be on 31, 3, and 4. Okay, so if you do have any question, please ask na lang sa ating GC or GCR. Thank you and God bless.